I wanted to come back to Greece at the end of this, because in the buildup to their crisis, there's something that I found particularly scary. So if you go back like decades ago into the 50s, 60s, they had a right-wing, a popular like liberal right-wing party that set up a lot of, or furthered a lot of the institutions within Greece that allowed like taxes to go by, non-meritocratic like government positions, all of these things that like compounded and built. And then eventually in the 70s, this socialist party comes into power. A socialist democrat party comes in Greece. And they, rather than changing anything super significantly at an institutional level, they start a bunch of programs that give a ton of money and jobs out to the average person rather than just helping corporations and private interests. So the lifestyle of the average Greek during that time period does get better. But the deficit spending to do that and the lack of taxation to do that never stopped. So the deficit through this whole period...
They didn't raise taxes?
They didn't. Or they did on paper. But
nobody paid them.
But a big problem in Greece is that nobody actually paid their taxes. Not just corporations and like really rich people, but average people too. There's some crazy stat. It's like a third. There's like a third of Greek businesses existed in this shadow economy that just refused to pay taxes. Or
sounds cool. When you say
a different anecdote of water is really limited in Greece or in Athens specifically. And if you had a private pool on your property, you have to register that and pay a tax to use water in that way.
Right.
And if you look at an overhead view of all of Athens, you can see pools everywhere. And before 2008, only 3 pools in Athens were registered on the list. And because people just didn't want to pay the tax and there was no enforcement mechanism for this. So they're not collecting taxes. They're spending a bunch of money on really cool, nice social programs that go to people. And a lot of people got jobs with the government that they did not necessarily have to work. There was this big problem in Greece with these things called ghost jobs in the government, where people would collect a paycheck and not actually do anything.